Are you ready to ace your next DevOps interview? Most candidates fail not because they lack skills, but because they can't articulate DevOps principles under pressure. In this video, we will cover DevOps interview questions and answers, DevOps Engineer Practice Test Guide. Master your DevOps interview with this comprehensive guide. In this video, we dive deep into 30 essential DevOps interview questions covering CD, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, and monitoring. These are designed to mimic real-world technical screenings and certification exams. Make sure to grab a notepad, and let's see how many you can get right. What is the primary goal of the continuous integration process in DevOps? Option A. To ensure code is deployed to production every hour. Option B. To automate the merging of code changes into a central repository and run automated tests. Option C. To eliminate the need for developers to write unit tests. Option D. To manage the cloud infrastructure costs. The correct answer is B. Continuous integration. C. Is a software development practice where developers regularly merge their code changes into a central repository, after which automated builds and tests are run. The primary goals are to find and address bugs quicker, improve software quality, and reduce the time it takes to validate and release new software updates. It prevents merge hell, where developers wait until the end of a sprint to integrate their code. In Git, what is the purpose of the staging area? Option A. It is a temporary storage for deleted files. Option B. It is a remote repository used for backups. Option C. It is an intermediate area where changes are listed before they are committed. Option D. It is used to store sensitive passwords and secrets. The correct answer is C. The staging area, or index, is a unique feature of Git that allows you to format your commits precisely. It acts as a buffer between the working directory and the project history. By adding files to the staging area, git add, you are telling Git which changes you want to include in the next commit. This allows developers to group related changes together even if they have modified many files in their workspace. Which Docker command is used to build an image from a Docker file in the current directory? Option A. Docker run. Option B. Docker build tmyimage. Option C. Docker create my image. Option D. Docker image pull. The correct answer is B. The Docker build command consumes a Docker file and a context, the path specified by the dot, to create a container image. The T flag allows you to tag the image with a name for easier identification. Unlike Docker run, which creates and starts a container, build only creates the static image template from which containers are launched. How does Ansible differ primarily from Puppet or Chef in terms of architecture? Option A. Ansible is agent-based, while others are agentless. Option B. Ansible uses XML, while others use YAML. Option C. Ansible is agentless and uses SSH for communication. Option D. Ansible cannot manage Linux servers. The correct answer is C. Ansible is known for its agentless architecture, meaning it does not require any special software to be installed on the target nodes it manages. It typically uses standard SSH for Linux, Unix, or WinRM for Windows to push configurations. This reduces overhead and simplifies security management compared to Puppet or Chef. which usually require a client-side agent daemon to be running on every managed server. What is a blue-green deployment strategy? Option A. Updating one server at a time until all are updated. Option B. Deploying code to a small percentage of users first. Option C. Maintaining two identical production environments and switching traffic between them. Option D. Stopping the server, updating the code, and restarting it. The correct answer is C. Blue-green deployment is a release strategy that minimizes downtime and risk. Two identical production environments, blue, current version, and green, new version, are maintained. Once the green environment is fully tested and ready, the load balancer switches traffic from blue to green. If any issues occur, the traffic can be instantly switched back to blue, providing a near-instant rollback mechanism. In Kubernetes, what is the role of the kube proxy component? Option A. It manages the container runtime like Docker. Option B. It maintains network rules on nodes and allows network communication to your pods. Option C. It schedules pods to specific nodes based on resource availability. Option D. It provides a web-based UI for cluster management. The correct answer is B. Kube proxy is a network proxy that runs on each node in your Kubernetes cluster. It is responsible for maintaining network rules on the host and performing connection forwarding. This is what enables the Kubernetes service abstraction, allowing pods to communicate with each other and allowing external traffic to reach pods by using virtual IPs and load balancing. Which tool is commonly used for visualizing time series data from Prometheus? Option A. Jenkins. Option B. Grafana. Option C. Nagios. Option D. Terraform. The correct answer is B. Grafana is the industry standard visualization tool used to create dashboards for monitoring data, while Prometheus acts as the data source, collecting and storing metrics. Grafana connects to Prometheus to query that data and display it in charts, graphs, and alerts. This combination is often referred to as the Prometheus-Grafana stack. What is idempotency in the context of infrastructure as code? Option A. The ability to run a script multiple times and always get the same end result. Option B. The process of deleting infrastructure after use. Option C. Encrypting all configuration files. Option D. Writing code that only works on a specific cloud provider. The correct answer is A. Idempotency is a core principle of IAC and configuration management. It ensures that no matter how many times you run your automation script, the final state of the infrastructure remains the same as defined in the code. If the infrastructure is already in the desired state, the tool, like Terraform or Ansible, does nothing. This prevents unintended side effects and ensures consistency. What does the shifting left concept refer to in DevOps? Option A. Moving tasks to the end of the development lifecycle. Option B. Integrating security and testing early in the development process. Option C. Assigning more tasks to the operations team. Option D. Moving infrastructure from on-premise to the cloud. The correct answer is B. Shifting left refers to moving critical steps like security testing, performance testing, and quality assurance to an earlier stage, the left side of the software development lifecycle. By doing this, teams can identify and fix defects much earlier, which is significantly cheaper and faster than finding them in production or late in the testing phase. Which of the following best describes a Docker image? Option A, a running instance of a virtual machine. Option B, a read-only template with instructions for creating a Docker container. Option C, a physical server located in a data center. Option D, a network protocol for transferring files. The correct answer is B. A Docker image is a lightweight, standalone, executable package of software that includes everything needed to run an application: code, runtime, system tools, system libraries, and settings. It is read-only. When you run an image, it becomes a container, which is the live, running instance of that template. What is the purpose of a Kubernetes deployment object? Option A, to provide a permanent IP address for a pod. Option B, to define the desired state for a set of pods and manage scaling and updates. Option C, to store confidential information like API keys. Option D, to monitor the hardware health of the node. The correct answer is B. A deployment provides declarative updates for pods and replica sets. You describe a desired state in a deployment, and the deployment controller changes the actual state to the desired state at a controlled rate. It handles tasks like rolling updates, scaling the number of replicas, and rolling back to previous versions if a deployment fails. In Jenkins, what is a pipeline as code, typically defined in? Option A, a YAML file named app, YAML. Option B, a Groovy script named Jenkins file. Option C, a Python script named build.py. Option D, an XML file in the Jenkins root directory. The correct answer is B. Jenkins pipeline allows users to define their entire build process, build, test, deploy, as code. This is typically written in a text file called a Jenkins file, using a Groovy-based domain specific language, DSL. This file is committed to the version control repository, allowing the pipeline to be versioned and reviewed just like application code. Which AWS service is specifically designed for fully managed C/CD build services? Option A, AWS Code Commit. Option B, AWS Code Build. Option C, AWS Code Deploy. Option D, AWS Code Pipeline. The correct answer is B. AWS Code Build is a fully managed continuous integration service that compiles source code, runs tests, and produces software packages that are ready to deploy. Code Commit is for source control. Git, Code Deploy is for deployment. And Code Pipeline is the orchestrator that connects all these steps together. What is the circuit breaker pattern used for in microservices? Option A, to prevent a failing service from causing a cascading failure across the system. Option B, to encrypt traffic between services. Option C, to distribute traffic evenly across multiple instances. Option D, to speed up database queries. The correct answer is A. The circuit breaker pattern is used to detect failures and encapsulate the logic of preventing a Failure from constantly recurring during maintenance or temporary external outages. If a service is failing, the circuit breaker opens and subsequent calls to that service fail immediately without wasting resources, allowing the failing service time to recover. What is the significance of the Terraform TF state file? Option A. It contains the source code for the infrastructure. Option B. It stores the current state of managed infrastructure and mapping to configuration. Option C. It is a backup of the provider's API keys. Option D. It is only used for local development and ignored in production. The correct answer is B. Terraform uses the state file to map real-world resources to your configuration, keep track of metadata, and improve performance for large infrastructures. This state is used by Terraform to determine which changes to make to your infrastructure. If the state file is lost or corrupted, Terraform loses track of the resources it created, which can lead to duplicate resources or errors. What does a git merge squash do? Option A. Deletes the branch after merging. Option B. Combines all changes from a branch into a single commit on the target branch. Option C. Forces a merge even if there are conflicts. Option D. Reverts all changes in the current branch. The correct answer is B. Squash merging allows you to take all the work done on a feature branch and condense it into one single, clean commit on the main branch. This keeps the project history clean and readable, as it avoids cluttering the main branch with many small, work-in-progress commits that occurred during development. What is the primary difference between a Docker container and a virtual machine? Option A. Containers include a full guest OS, while VMs share the host OS. Option B. Containers share the host OS kernel, while VMs include a full guest OS. Option C. VMs are faster to start than containers. Option D. Containers require a hypervisor like VMware. The correct answer is B. Virtual machines, VMs, run on a hypervisor and include a complete copy of an operating system, the application, necessary binaries, and libraries, taking up tens of GBs. Containers, however, share the host system's kernel and isolate the application processes from the rest of the system. This makes containers significantly smaller, faster to start, and more portable. In SRE, what is an error budget? Option A. The maximum amount of money a company can spend on fixing bugs. Option B. The difference between 100% reliability and the service level objective. Slow. Option C. A punishment given to developers for shipping bad code. Option D. The total number of errors allowed in a single week. The correct answer is B. An error budget is a tool used by SRE teams to balance reliability with innovation. If an SLO is set at 99.9%, the error budget is 0.1%. As long as the service remains within this budget, the team can take risks and release new features. If the budget is exhausted, releases are usually halted to focus on improving stability. Which Kubernetes resource is used to expose an application to external traffic? Option A. Config map. Option B. Service. Option C. Secret. Option D. Namespace. The correct answer is B. In Kubernetes, a service is an abstraction which defines a logical set of pods and a policy by which to access them. While pods have ephemeral IP addresses, a service provides a stable IP and DNS name. Types like load balancer or node port specifically allow external traffic to reach the internal pod network. What does the ELK stack stand for? Option A, encryption, logging, kernel. Option B, Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana. Option C, entry, Linux, Kubelet. Option D, Elastic, Lambda, Kafka. The correct answer is B. The ELK stack is a popular collection of 3 open-source products: Elasticsearch, a search and analytics engine; Logstash, a server-side data processing pipeline that ingests data from multiple sources; and Kibana, a visualization tool for the data. Together, they provide a powerful platform for centralized logging and log analysis. What is the main purpose of Static Application Security Testing, SAST? Option A, testing the application while it is running in production. Option B, analyzing the source code for security vulnerabilities without executing it. Option C, simulating a DDoS attack on the network. Option D, checking the physical security of the data center. The correct answer is B. SAST is a white box testing method where the application's source code, bytecode, or binaries are scanned for security vulnerabilities early in the development lifecycle. Because it doesn't require a running environment, it can be integrated into the IDE or the C pipeline to catch flaws like SQL injection or buffer overflows before they reach production. Which of the following is a characteristic of a canary release? Option A, all users are moved to the new version at the same time. Option B, the new version is deployed only to a small subset of users initially. Option C, it requires taking the entire system offline for an hour. Option D, it is only used for database migrations. The correct answer is B. A canary release is a technique to reduce the risk of introducing a new software version in production by slowly rolling out the change to a small subset of users before rolling it out to the entire infrastructure. This allows teams to monitor the canary for errors or performance issues before impacting the total user base. What is a sidecar container in a Kubernetes pod? Option A, the main container that runs the application logic. Option B, a helper container that runs alongside the main container to provide supporting features. Option C, a backup container that starts only when the main one fails. Option D, a container that runs on a different node for high availability. The correct answer is B. A sidecar is a container design pattern where a second container is added to a pod to extend or enhance the functionality of the main application container. Common examples include log shippers, collecting logs and sending them to ELK, monitoring agents, or service mesh proxies, like Istio's Envoy proxy. In Terraform, what does the plan command do? Option A, it immediately creates the resources in the cloud. Option B, it deletes the existing infrastructure to start fresh. Option C, it shows what actions Terraform will take to reach the desired state defined in configuration. Option D, it installs the necessary providers like AWS or Azure. The correct answer is C. The Terraform plan command creates an execution plan. It performs a dry run, comparing the current state of the infrastructure with the desired state defined in your TF files. It then outputs a list of resources that will be created, modified, or destroyed, allowing the user to verify changes before applying them. Which phase comes immediately after build in a standard CI/CD pipeline? Option A, plan. Option B, test. Option C, deploy to production. Option D, code. The correct answer is B. In a standard pipeline, the sequence is usually code to build to test to deploy. After the source code is compiled and packaged, build. The very next step is to run automated tests, unit, integration, etc., to ensure that the newly created artifact is functional and hasn't introduced regressions. What is an Ansible playbook? Option A physical book for system administrators. Option B, a YAML file containing a set of tasks to be executed on managed nodes. Option C, a command line tool to install Ansible. Option D, a database for storing server passwords. The correct answer is B. Playbooks are Ansible's configuration, deployment, and orchestration language. They are written in YAML and describe the policy you want your remote systems to enforce, or a set of steps in a general IT process. Each playbook maps a group of hosts to a set of roles or tasks. What is the purpose of the expose instruction in a Docker file? Option A, it maps a host port to a container port automatically. Option B, it functions as documentation, indicating which ports the container intends to use. Option C, it opens the container's firewall for all incoming traffic. Option D, it makes the container accessible to the public internet. The correct answer is B. The expose instruction does not actually publish the port. It serves as a type of documentation between the person who builds the image and the person who runs the container about which ports are intended to be published. To actually publish the port when running the container, you must use the P flag with Docker run. What does the C in the comms framework for DevOps stand for? Option A, coding. Option B, culture. Option C, centralization. Option D, communication. The correct answer is B. Comms is a conceptual framework used to assess an organization's ability to adopt DevOps processes. It stands for culture, people and process over tools, automation, removing manual toil, lean, small batches and efficiency, measurement, data-driven decisions, and sharing, open communication. What is a Helm chart? Option A, a graphical chart showing cluster resource usage. Option B, a package manager for Kubernetes that simplifies deployment of applications. Option C, a security policy for Kubernetes namespaces. Option D, a tool for converting Docker files into Kubernetes YAML. The correct answer is B. Helm is often described as the yum or apt for Kubernetes. A Helm chart is a collection of files that describe a related set of Kubernetes resources. It allows you to define, install, and upgrade even the most complex Kubernetes applications using reusable templates and versioning. What is serverless computing, e.g., AWS Lambda? Option A. Computing that doesn't use any physical servers at all. Option B. A model where the cloud provider manages the server infrastructure and scales it automatically. Option C. A way to run applications only on local hardware. Option D. A system where developers must manually patch the OS. The correct answer is B. Serverless doesn't mean servers aren't involved. It means the developer doesn't have to manage them. In a serverless model, like AWS Lambda or Azure Functions, the cloud provider automatically handles the provisioning, scaling, and maintenance of the underlying infrastructure, allowing developers to focus solely on writing code. That concludes our 30-question deep dive into DevOps interview preparation. How many did you get right? Let us know your score in the comments. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more technical interview content. For a full set of 350+ practice questions, check the link in the description below.